And we are live.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Crypto Warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 250. Today is, Tuesday, September 18th, 2018.
Oh,
and I am King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay. And we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
What's going on, Tony Nolly? Hello from Tony Nolly. What's going on? Nolly. Oh, okay, yeah, we did say it wrong there. Or at least I do.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Allison. Good morning. Hello. As everybody starts to flood in, who won those free Satoshis?
Oh, yeah. So our free Satoshi winner was Mike Bitcoin Outlaw. Oh, yeah. I believe it's his second or third time winning. Thank you for your comment. Yeah, I was going to say, we got a few people who won a few times now. Thank you for your comment in response to our question, which was, do you think the suicide by the guy who got found with $23 million worth of crypto was real, or do you think it was something fishy going on? And I love his comment where he's basically like, well, if you look at most of the suicides, they are a little fishy, but reasonable doubt, I mean, you have to prove it, and nobody really has. So good comment there. And yeah, a lot of this stuff that happens, it does come at a weird time, and it does happen to people that are high value. So something to look into. But thank you for your comment, Mike Bitcoin Outlaw. I already sent those Satoshis.
Much appreciated. What's going on, Kasha Tariq? Appreciate the support. Game my peep. Hello. All right, top story. Palestinians are using Bitcoin to transact across borders amid conflict.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like a small but growing community of users in the occupied Palestinian territories of the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. Of course, they've been fighting for forever. Bitcoin has become a lifeline. What's going on there?
Oh, yeah. Well, it looks like Bitcoin is working as it's supposed to. This is why Bitcoin was created. It's one of the things I always go back to is when people try to say, Bitcoin is created by the government or it's something conspiracy-wise. I always say, well, then they messed up, because there's people like this in small places like at the Gaza Strip, where if their banks are, messing up and they can't make any transactions, you have somebody here like this guy, Muhammad, who actually stated that there's over 50 families who purchase an average of $500 worth of Bitcoin to send money abroad or to shop online, simply because it's cheaper, safer, and quicker. And as he stated, nothing works with Palestinian banks. This is literally why Bitcoin was created. And the more that these countries use it, the less the noise that comes in matters. Because once we see these countries using it, there is no way you can say Bitcoin isn't working for somebody. Maybe not for people who are privileged to be in the U.S. or other big countries. But
yet, we haven't saw that financial crisis.
Exactly. Have not seen one during the life of Bitcoin. So if you think you're immune to it just because you live in a prosperous country now, I can guarantee you these stories will not stop with these small countries. So good to see, the people there using what they have to get what they need. We keep telling people, it doesn't work with banks anymore. Banks can shut down and people will be depressed. People are like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and use PayPal, or I'm gonna go ahead and use Bitcoin because I can't use PayPal, can't use banks. So we're gonna use Bitcoin because that's the best way forward. So good to see there.
Speaking of that, I actually checked out that I only saw an episode and a half of that Ozark show that everybody's been talking about. Definitely wasn't as good as I heard, so I stopped watching it. But within the first and second episode, the guy's supposed to be like a money launderer, but he works in the finance industry. He's like an accountant or whatever, and he calls the bank, and he basically is like, "Hey, I want to pull out my $7,970,000 and change from the bank." The bank proceeded to give him a phone interview, telling him about why he could not do that. Before he started dropping knowledge of them as far as what the laws are and how they should have that money on hand. He gets to the bank to go get that, $8 million almost. Of course, this is dramatized for TV and everything. However, it's still similar to what we talk about on an everyday basis, as far as if you don't think the banks can hold your money, you haven't tried to withdraw enough. But he went there to go get his $8 million, and like the FBI was there, the SEC or something, asked him questions of why, telling him if he needs help, here, we got you back. He's just like, no, I want my money. And they kept trying to basically say, well, that's not a problem. Then why you want you to take your money out? And he's like, I don't need to give you an answer to withdraw my money. But again, I know it's being dramatized for TV, and then we're talking about a criminal and all that, but that's actually what happens, people. You don't need to go $8 million. Go try to pull out $200 or $300 at 5:50 p.m. before they're about to close. You are about to get a whole line of questions. You're not pulling that money out that day.
Oh yeah, I think the limit is 5,000 now.
Right,
where they start doing interviews.
Ooh.
Yeah, if you try and take out with 5,000, they'll try and interview you in person. They'll try and ask questions, and it's like, Oh, y'all don't have $5,000 in there?
Right, they don't have it on hand. So
what are you talking about?
Is this one of those things where, again, Bitcoins, they said, in other countries where we have this privilege, you're not really worried about it. But let anything slip up. We can't let. We're at a point where nothing can slip up because there's another method that works. Even though people don't want to accept it yet, it is here.
Bitcoin as a backup plan.
There we go. All right, Tether. Tether is back in the news. I don't think Tether will ever go an entire, I won't even say quarter without us hearing about it.
Nah.
Tether transactions resumed normal operations following incident with Omni API.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what happened with the API? The sync wasn't working. What's going on?
Oh, yeah. Well, some people were, they follow the Omni wallet that Tether uses in order to make transactions to and fro exchanges. And some people noticed that the data was not coming in correctly. So they thought there was a problem with Tether. So they thought Tether was
Of course.
actually,
you gotta point it to Tether.
Of course, yeah. And I mean, people, they get up in arms, on social media or different places. However, when you dig deeper, it was basically just the data engine that Omni uses was not parsing that data correctly, which is a simple fix, which they have fixed. But most people who just read headlines or just see the word Tether, they're like, I knew it. That was a scam. I knew it. It was this and that. But over time, Tether has held strong, even in the midst of investigation. They were still printing out more Tether. So honestly, I think they have what it takes to stay in this industry because they're like, hey, we're doing what we're doing. You can audit, you can say what you want. We're still gonna operate. So it's good to see that there are no problems with Tether. That would be a big problem for some people. And honestly, going forward, I don't think Omni will have to explain themselves anymore if there's an issue. Most people didn't know this was a thing because they didn't know Omni wallet is what held it. But now that you do, you see that there is no issue.
But it's still getting deeper. It's all right. We got another. Let's add this person to the list and do a deep dive on now.
Exactly.
Right. What's going on, KH? Crypto Q said KRBE enthusiasm. Kevin Hodges is going on. Tony Nowley said, I pulled $2,000 and I got so can we interest you in some new features talk at the bank? That's pretty funny.
I told you, man, it gets lower and lower, man.
That's what they do. Yeah, my first few Bitcoin transactions, they definitely pulled me in that office and shut accounts down.
Oh, man.
It was pretty interesting because that's when you really know. I mean, now they're not doing it as much because they know these transactions come up. Not just for myself, but for people everywhere because so many people bought last year. But yeah, I mean, it was an uncomfortable thing to be a quote unquote loyal customer to have, to get cornered into the office by 2 or 3 strangers and just literally giving the third degree about what I need to do with my money and questioning about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how they operate.
It's pretty funny. Elon Musk asked Dogecoin creator to help fight crypto scam bots on Twitter. We know those are everywhere. The CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, Elon Musk, asked Jackson Palmer, the creator of Dogecoin, to help him combat, quote, annoying cryptocurrency scammers in a tweet on Monday, September 17th. And you said you saw this tweet live.
Yeah, I saw this in real time.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I actually have the alerts when Elon tweets and stuff. So
History.
It's one of those things where if you think we're living in a simulation, this might be one source of proof. Like, it's kind of weird. We know one of the smartest people in the world smokes weed, and he gets a Dogecoin creator to get rid of spammers. Like, this is the tangle between these areas is amazing. But the guy who created Dogecoin, very talented developer, Jackson Palmer, he actually developed a script. If you want to use it, I guess you can reach out to him to get rid of scam bots on your profile, because we have seen these Ethereum scam bots are very annoying if they do pop up, simply because they're so fake. And they have, over time, I believe it was over 1 or 2 million worth of Ethereum has been sent to scam bot addresses. So it's not like it's not working at all. I mean, some people are dumb enough to send it there, but it is kind of annoying when you are a high profile like Elon Musk. And it is good to see that, Jackson, which is his name on Twitter, Jackson Palmer, sent that script. And pretty much you run it, and they're trying to get Jack, who runs Twitter, to implement it on their side so it won't occur at all.
Jack's like, but I won't be able to get some of that money there. I mean, you can put me in Twitter jail. I don't use enough.
Yeah.
But that's, like you said, that's crazy that, we're watching history, though, where Elon Musk just tweets to, again, people, creator Dogecoin has a cult-like following because they built that community up. But this could be anybody in their coin he could have sent that message to who knows how to do this. So that's pretty cool to see, as you said, somebody from that high, I guess, what they done, their accomplishments, they'll be able to, in real time, you be able to see it, everybody be able to see it. They reach out to a normal dev and it's like, hey, Go ahead and pass that script.
Yeah, can you fix this, man? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think these two worlds colliding. If you don't know Elon Musk, he loves cryptocurrency. If you haven't known already, but these worlds colliding can only help cryptocurrency long term, because we have the best minds working on it or involved in it. Usually get a good product, and I believe he just launched another SpaceX I guess to the moon or wherever he's doing it. But
nice. It's
constant creation by one of the smartest guys in the world. Love him or hate him, he loves cryptocurrency, so good to see there.
As you said, you can't go to outer space and spend cash. People, it's happening. Kasha Tariq said, do we consider monetizing with Coil?
I have to look that one up. It's a few different ones looking up now. Monetization wise, Steam It going, Brave browser. There's a lot.
Yeah, we'll look at Coil. Yeah, Steam It we looked at earlier. Of course, we keep saying we do want to eventually get on DTube and DLive and all of that good stuff, but it's still bugs working on a lot of stuff, still beta, and I don't think people realize too the whole a lot of stuff going live streaming. It just came out in the last 6 to 12 months as far as the ease of doing it. So we'll check it out. All right, let's see. Kidnapped South African tycoon released for 50 bitcoins in a ransom report. Wow. A South African businessman whose captors had allegedly demanded bitcoins as ransom has been freed. Leah Quet Parker, a businessman based in Cape Town, South Africa, was released yesterday, Monday, according to a statement issued by his family. However, the circumstances of his release, including whether the Bitcoin ransom was paid, remain unclear as his family declined to divulge further information. I'm sure the further information and all that was, well, how did you all get 50 Bitcoins so quick?
Yeah.
How much money have you bought into Bitcoins already? Again, that same conversation. What's going on over there?
Oh yeah. Well, it looks like another sad situation where someone's been kidnapped, and Bitcoin was kind of
2 months ago too. Wow.
I mean, people have been getting kidnapped before Bitcoin, and whatever was used as payment then, they just updated it to Bitcoin now.
Stopping.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a criminal's going criminal, man. That's what happens. They just changed the way that they want to receive payment, which it looks like is Bitcoin. We've seen this in the news before with other countries. We had that gang of kidnappers in Turkey. I believe they took about 450 Bitcoins, but they got caught later. And I believe it was some in India as well. So we've seen this before. However, like we stated, if you look on the broad spectrum of crime and how it relates to Bitcoin, we're talking about 10 to 15 instances a year that involve Bitcoin being transacted as a way to pay for kidnapping or whatever extortion. So it's still pretty relatively low. However, like we said, you can't blame Bitcoin for criminals doing crimes. So glad to see he's back with his family and doing well. But yeah, one of those situations where, like we said, people are going to do what they do, and you just don't want to get caught without it. So
yeah. And of course, we all know why this made the story, because as you said, it was the alternative that they were asking to get paid in. But perfect way to sum it up, criminals are going to criminal. It's not going to stop. Bitcoin, cash, diamonds. You got cows, you got milk, you got eggs, chickens. Listen, it's not going to stop them.
Yeah, I was going to say, as long as this just proves Bitcoin has value at this point, too.
That's true.
If it didn't have value, people wouldn't be asking for Bitcoin.
This is paper money you giving me. I can't do nothing with this.
I need mine digital.
How am I supposed to travel with this? Bullish on blockchain. Georgia universities to offer fintech degree programs. What?
Go dog.
Huge news. The University System of Jordan, USG, announced the launch of a statewide fintech academy on September 11th. It is the largest education effort of this kind in the United States. That is huge. They're going to do an entire fintech curriculum heavy in blockchain tech. I don't know how they have a whole curriculum yet, but good job.
Yeah. I mean, it's what they have for so far, because we know fintech or blockchain specifically changes so much every day, every week. Being in the space long enough, you can see it changing, literally day to day. However, this is good simply because there are colleges that already offer this. Stanford, NYU, MIT, Princeton, they already have blockchain courses, so it's good to see another school get involved. I actually shout out to Howard. I actually talked to their Howard blockchain group when I was in DC.
Nice.
Tried to get them on the same page, because there's no reason why.
No, that's too new. That's too new. How do I know?
Yeah, exactly. There's no reason why you can't have it at this point.
Let's just keep doing business the way we've been doing. All right, we can't afford for what's it called, the rate when they get our enrollment rate to slip this year. We need it.
If anything,
I'm not getting fired for it. I know, right?
Yeah. If anything, this will increase it.
But of course, these are the conversations.
Oh yeah, and they've stated cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum should be considered separately from blockchain or distributed ledger. Bitcoin is an application. Blockchain is a new base technology featuring a distributed ledger. While I agree to an extent,
right, I saw that. Yeah,
I do believe that no matter how they teach blockchain or how they teach,
going on,
you're gonna have to introduce cryptocurrencies as a result.
You're not gonna talk about email and not talk about the internet, or we're not gonna talk about the internet and not talk about email, vice versa. So
absolutely, and I mean, this is the first application that has worked completely and globally without any hiccups. So you could talk about blockchain by itself, but most everything will be theory combined with computer science.
It'd definitely be theory. I mean, and not only that, it would be a lot of. I mean, at the end of the day, you'd be talking about a lot of centralized databases. That's just not fun.
Yeah.
Like, we know how to make those work. We can create programs like that for a centralized database. We're talking about something where, it's decentralized, where you do have to focus on every node out there and to make sure the program is that good, and how do you make updates and community involvement. So it would be good to see. It's called the Georgia FinTech Academy. Great name. I will give it to them. I can't, it will actually be pretty cool to go to the first graduation of those who receive fintech degrees. I wonder if it's going to be a 4 or 5 year course, because if it's done right, it's definitely 5 years worth of stuff.
Oh yeah.
But again, I mean, it'll be, like you said, it's pretty cool to see. It's unfortunate that they're, trying to separate the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and cryptocurrencies. But of course, from a school and business point of view, they're like, hey, that's a whole nother degree program. All right, what are we doing now?
Yeah, I know, right?
So I stuff all this into one.
Yeah, and it's going to cost you a lot to hire teachers that are actually able to teach these courses. Right. I can tell you right now, if I'm ever really Professor Zay, it's going to cost a lot, because like I said, this information is very, very very, very informational, and generational wealth can come from this, not only from the cryptocurrencies, but from knowing blockchain technology itself. So good to see there. And college students getting involved. That's great.
That's the best part.
That's the best part.
John Sieber says solar energy has actually a lot to do with Bitcoin. You can store excess energy by mining Bitcoin with a virtual battery, and buy energy with Bitcoin when you lack energy. I hope Elon knows that.
Oh yeah. I think he does. I think they were mining with using their battery packs that they had. Somebody was mining at their warehouse, I believe, with one of the car's battery packs. I think it's a video out there of it somewhere if you can find it. As the
reward becomes less, the mining is going to become more efficient. I mean, that's just the market right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
KH said, my mom is listening. She's like, well, give a shout out to your mom, KH. Tell her for thank you for being a loyal follower as well.
Absolutely.
A loyal warrior. All right, today is National Burger Day. I just thought I'd throw it out there as a random day. But what are we doing for free Satoshis?
Oh yeah, so for the free Satoshis, what is your favorite burger?
King coin, right? There we go.
Hey, it's Burger Day. We might as well go with it. Let's see, what is your favorite burger? Or who has the best burger? If you think it's In-N-Out or Shake Shack,
Shake Shack got them these days.
Whatever you think it is, let us know. If you think it's Burger King, you automatically be disqualified.
You put me on Shake Shack first, and I've been out here. I was messed up.
Hey, man, yeah, whatever's the best burger, let us know. For Burger Day, we'll have fun with it, and we'll send you those free Satoshis.
There we go. All right, as always, thanks for watching. Have a happy Tuesday, and we will see you all tomorrow at 10ish.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Have a good one, people.